Well, Snit, now that we know it was Bryce Elder to start Game 3, can you tell us what went into the decision?
Yeah, we had talked him up to right before we got on the plane yesterday. And I think we just kind of felt like after the way he threw at the inner squad and with the layoff that, he was the guy. He's been a starter for us all year. Was a big reason why we won the division, and we liked what we saw.
In the front here, Mark.
Is it what you saw last week? Does that give you reason to think rest will be a benefit?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what, I think he's a young guy in his first full year. I think the skip and the start and just the rest was good for him. And we liked what we saw. Again, during the inter squad, we liked what we saw.
In the front, Justin.
Snit, you had said AJ was in the consideration. Could he perhaps follow Bryce, or would you like to get as much
No, he's
length
in the pen.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely could.
And then in spring, you always say you never know who's going to help you out. How gratifying is it to see Bryce get this opportunity?
No, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy that, I feel good about this, the decision that we made. So, like I say, there's a guy that laid it on the line for you for however many starts all year, fought through some adversities as they all do, and so I'm happy that he's having this opportunity.
In the front, Dave.
Said he got out of so much trouble in the first half with ground balls and double play grounders. Did you see more of that in the inter squad?
Yeah, no, just the action on the pitches. When you looked at the Hawkeye and all that, other than the naked eye, and we threw him against our lineup too that day. It wasn't like he was facing the minor league team. It was against our guys, and everybody felt, I think, when that was over, that it was worth the discussion.
Any more questions for Snit? On the right here.
Could you just comment a little bit about how Ronald has played the first couple of games, particularly at the plate?
I think, like a lot of our guys, I think you can see that he had 5 days off. And like I say, as much as we did to try and recreate the game situation and everything, it's not the same. And I think as the bats mount for him and the rest of the guys are going to continue to get better.
On the left side.
Hey, Snit, there's been so much made about, Citizens Bank Park and the crowd and the energy and how it works on their favor. But how can it also work on the favor of your guys who love playing in that environment?
No, I think it can. I think the energy and emotion and everything can, our guys could feed off that also. I think they're excited about getting in this environment. I mean, as it is, it's nuts and crazy and all that. But I think it's a fun place to play for these guys.
In the front here, Kelly.
I know you mentioned AJ Smith-Shawver being in the mix as well. How will you be evaluating Bryce as far as the leash she has tonight?
Yeah, just by that, I guess, just seeing the outcome. You got to get outs. Quite honestly, you got to get outs. Postseason, you got to get outs, and we'll just see where it's going.
In the back on the left.
Aaron Nola's thrown more innings against the Braves than any other active pitcher. How do you prepare your team to face a pitcher you're so familiar with in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, these guys know what they're in for because they all have so many at-bats against Nola the last few years. So I don't think any of them we need to have any, huge meetings or anything like that because they know how he's going to attack them, and we got a lot of guys with a lot of experience against him. So I think that's can work both ways. He's got a lot of experience against us too.
In the front here, Mark.
Snit, do you know who's starting Game 4?
Spencer.
Yeah,
Strider.
I mean just the regular rest that the format allows you to do.
Exactly. Yeah, and we were fortunate that we don't have to use anybody in short rest because of all the off days.
Any more questions? We'll take one here on the right.
Snit, just on your experience before you had this job as a coach, managing in the minor leagues, is there anything that was important to you to learn at this level once you got this job that maybe you didn't know?
Probably more patience than I ever thought. Honestly, I knew that's always something that's big, I think, at any level, but it's even more so here, which I admire, and I think I learned from probably one of the most patient men I've ever met in my life. So I got to sit beside him for a number of years and watch that firsthand.
Do we have one on the front here? Yep, Justin.
think you had said Saturday that the doctors and Kyle were going to kind of confer. Has a procedure been scheduled, and what did they say was the result?
You know what? He went to Texas, and it's forthcoming soon, his procedure.
On the aisle, Gabe in the back.
Knowing that it's a closeout game on one side or the other tomorrow, how do you feel like Spencer will sort of use the emotion for or against that?
I think if he'll relish it. I think he was very excited to get that opening start in the playoff round, and I think he'll be very excited and prepared and ready for the start tomorrow too.
Strider, how much are you looking forward to getting back out there for Game 4?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about Game 3 first. That's kind of where our mind is right now, and obviously we had a good win on Monday, and so we're trying to keep the momentum going. We're excited to get going.
Fourth row on the right.
Spencer, how would you describe pitching in this environment?
Yeah, it's a great place to pitch. I mean, even if you're not on the supported team, you got phenomenal fans here that are very passionate, and that's great for baseball. It's a good postseason environment, to say the least, and I think if you can figure out how to kind of focus on the right things, it's good energy for you.
Here on the left, Dave.
Spencer, you've seen your guys rake all year. I'm sure you knew that they were going to shake the rust off. How nice was it to see that happen in the last 3-4 innings of that game the other night?
Yeah, it's terrific. I mean, there was, we all kept saying in the dugout, just be confident, don't have any doubt. We're going to get it, we're going to get it. And, those guys went out and found a way, and that's, in the postseason, that's what you got to do. And, that's just the calmness and the focus that they've had all year.
And then Harris, I just wanted to ask you, he's your guy. What'd you think of what he did?
Yeah, he can't surprise me anymore. So, I've seen the guy do so many incredible things, and, that's just another one to add to the list. And, it's just amazing, like I've said before, just the ease with which he plays the game, and just, how comfortable he is going out there and doing it every day, and never gets discouraged. Always got great focus, great attitude, and, it's a pleasure to play with him.
In the back on the left.
Spencer, how would you describe this rivalry now that you've had a couple playoff series, couple, fights in the division, some great games? Is it at its peak, so to speak?
I don't know. I don't know that I'd say we have a rivalry necessarily. I think that word gets overused a little bit, but we want to beat everybody we play. We're not so focused on our opponent so much as doing what we need to do to be successful, and trying to keep our focus throughout the course of a game, regardless of the opponent. And they've got a lot of phenomenal players, and there's a lot of respect between us, at least on our side. And so, we're excited for the opportunity, and we're looking forward to getting the rest of the series going.
On the right here in the front, Kelly.
Spencer, we just found out about Bryce Elder making a start tonight. What is your excitement level to see him make his first postseason start? And kind of maybe if you had any advice for a guy that was getting ready to do it on this stage, what would it be? Yeah, he's an all-star. So when he's right, he's one of the best, most effective pitchers in baseball. And, he's confident. He's calm, and I think that this environment's going to bring the best out of him. And I'm excited to watch him, and I know that he's looking forward to for the opportunity. So I'm excited, and I think we're all feeling really good about it.
On the left, Justin.
Spencer, you've talked about channeling the energy in a good way on a big stage. When and how, I guess, did you first learn to do that?
Well, I think that's a long answer, really, but. I think I'm a very detail-oriented and I guess purposeful preparer in a way. So I think what's good for me is to sort of set myself in a direction pregame and just in my daily preparation that kind of allows the energy of playing in the big leagues and this October playing in the postseason to aid in my competitiveness and my abilities. And I think it's something that only experience can really provide you is the chance to learn to benefit from that adrenaline rather than it be a problem.
And do you remember the first time that you got a sense of Bryce's confidence or calmness when you first met him?
Yeah, I think it's just something that was pretty evident forever, or for as long as I've known him. We came into spring training in 21. He was just always laid back, always very even. you know, as I've gotten to know more, he will share some opinions and get fired up about things, which is fun. He's a fun guy to kind of poke when you can, but it's kind of like Mike in a way. They're both just very naturally talented players, and they're able to be so effective through what kind of appears to be just an ease with which they play the game, and their natural ability just comes out.
On the left side there.
Spencer, I know we're focused on Game 3, but we only get to talk to you now. So when it comes to Game 4, you've already gone through this lineup once. So how can that help you preparing for Game 4? And at what moment, I guess, in your career, did you know that you love pitching in big moments like this?
I mean, when I was a kid, I was out in the front yard just pretending I was pitching in the World Series. That's kind of what I think a lot of kids' journey is like. Is you've always, nobody wants to just come into the game in a regular season game in June. You're always preparing for or visualizing yourself in the biggest games, and the biggest moments. So, like I said, the energy and the adrenaline is good for you if you can harness it. And so, it's exciting. I don't remember your first question. You have to remind me.
It was just about you've already faced this lineup in Game 1, so how can that help you?
Yeah. I mean, I think, I've been asked about it before. I feel like I faced the Phillies so many times that it kind of comes up. But, and with any team, it's the same. I think you just, you stick to your strengths. And there's sort of an element of randomness that I think makes it difficult to look too heavily on past outings or past performances, just because you don't know what's going to happen. And certainly in the postseason, a lot of that strategy and game planning goes out the window, and you just got to go compete and find a way to get the job done. And so that's really all that I'm focused on doing, is just competing as well as I can and putting us in a position to win the game.
In the back on the right, Gabe.
Hey, Spencer. Rivalry or no rivalry, it seems like you're an increasingly integral part of it every year. How does it feel to kind of be on that stage of starting games 1 and 4, and what does it mean to you to know that your teammates will be relying on you so heavily given the stakes tomorrow, whether you win or lose tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's like, what we said, that's what you visualize your whole life, is the opportunity to go out and pitch in a game like this and to play in a game like this. And I know that the rest of our team is excited for that opportunity, and they like I said a couple days ago, we've been looking forward to October for a long time now, and so this is the opportunity that we wanted. And I think regardless of who we play or where we play, we're going to try and bring the same focus and confidence that made us successful in the regular season, and apply that every day that we show up to the park.
Here in the second row.
Spencer, why has Snit been such a good fit with you guys as manager, do you think?
Well, he's just a very confident and calm presence. There's been times where it feels like the sky's falling a little bit, and you look over and you see a calm, steady guy like that, not panicking at all. And so it provides sort of a confidence and reassurance that everything's going to be all right. We got to stick to our plan, stick to our preparation, and I think that spreads pretty quickly, and makes a lot of guys, especially young guys like myself, very, very confident.
And we'll take our last question on the right here.
Spencer, Bryce's numbers in the first half were stronger than they were in the second half. I'm curious kind of what you've seen with your eyes of his course of the season and where he is right now.
Well, I think he's in a great place. I mean, this is the postseason, so you could throw your regular season stats, your law of averages, all that out the window. And I'm an analytical, statistical guy, but at the end of the day, we're trying to win one game today, and then we'll focus on tomorrow when we get there. But I couldn't think of anybody better to hand the ball to, and like I said, we're focused on just competing as hard as we can, being as confident as we can, and I know that's what Bryce is going to do.